Well, everyone, good afternoon. This is welcome to the Carolina Cabinet's second of the week recording. I guess it's our first or second Wednesday show at this point.
I think it's our might be our third. I don't know.
Our third.
I can't keep track.
Well, welcome anybody that's tuning in and watching us today. We appreciate you being here. I'm Peter Pappas. I'll be your host in studio with Mrs. Laura Musler over here.
Hello, hello.
And we are proud to be the only homegrown conservative talk radio show in this region, and we know this is the smartest hour of radio. Our job is to give a voice to the conservatives of Fayetteville, Cumberland County, and beyond. And with that, we are going to jump into finishing our end-of-year recap.
Okay.
So, we covered a lot. On Monday, we talked about elections and civic engagement. We discussed some water and accountability issues. Mm-hmm. Today, we're going to talk about guests that move the needle. Some really memorable guests and some community culture that we had on the show during the year. And I just want to kind of just jump right into that. So, by my calculation, my estimation,
okay.
We had a really great diversity of guests.
I believe we did.
And I'm not talking about race and gender. I'm talking about different cross sections of our community.
I agree. I mean, we went from Santa Claus to.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm proud of this year. We didn't just talk about problems. We brought in people building things, teams, businesses, community spaces, civic engagement.
Yep. Robert Edwards is a perfect example. He didn't show up with a speech. He's investing here in Fayetteville. He's bringing pro basketball back and mentoring youth athletes with life skills. I mean, and then you got Patty. Oh my gosh, he's my favorite. That immigrant to citizen story with a blunt take.
Absolutely.
Americans take voting for granted and argue more than they participate, in my opinion.
And luckily we weren't on radio that show because there was some color. Again, I'm pretty colorful language wise, but then we come back to Myron Pitts. He gave us the media side, why local elections matter, why forums feel repetitive, and what happens when newsrooms shrink and the public loses reliable information.
And then there's Christian Sorensen. He was at the Maker Studio, and that's Fayetteville's hope in real time. People learning things, they're building, they're starting side hustles, they're creating a culture that isn't just to complain and leave.
Right.
And then we even had political candidates. We kept it grounded. What's the plan? What's the competence level? And can you actually do the work?
Well, basically, that's our show formula. I mean, real people, real plans, real accountability. And in 2026, I'm going to double down on the guests who bring receipts, not just slogans. So let's just talk about it. So
my favorite was Santa Claus. I'm just going to say.
Santa Claus, of course. Who doesn't like Santa
Right,
Claus? I mean, fat bearded men, you have a thing for, I guess.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
So we had I just want to the shows that I grabbed from like the last 6 months. We had Don Brown running for U.S. Senate in the now open, since Tom Tillis is retiring. It's an open field.
I hope we're going to bring him back.
We are going to bring him
along
back.
with all the other ones that are running against him.
Yeah, did you see how many were primarying? There's 5 or 6. Republican.
If we're only going to do Republicans, I think we should do both sides.
That's fine. I'm just surprised that in that race there's that many people.
There's like 15
not for
people.
nothing. You're talking about $1 million, $100 million camp, something like that, right? I mean,
lot.
This is a lot of money.
Not
that
Somalis,
same, but Don has a certain way about him. He's got a presence, and we'd like to have him back. Same episode we had Roman Gutierrez, who's is it the chairman of the Fayetteville Young Republicans?
I believe it's chairman,
or president or El Capitan, something like that. He's trying to get conservative Republicans in and
younger ones,
give them a place to go.
Yep.
I think I was talking to you about this earlier. If you're a conservative in Fayetteville and you go and you Google, where my people at, what do you find? Facebook page, maybe a website. I mean, I think it's good that he's creating that outreach portion right now.
Maybe we can get some like young Republican TikToks or something.
Yeah. Let the kids do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We need the kids. So you did mention Christian Sorensen. Remember we had Josh McConkey for North Carolina Lieutenant Governor. He's already running for, I guess, 28 would be his cycle, but he was the triangle-based doctor The one,
Oh yeah,
remember
okay.
the one that won the lottery?
He wasn't actually here. He was,
he was
over.
remote.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
like, I
yeah.
don't remember.
It's hard to
seeing him.
remember the remote ones sometimes.
It is.
Yeah.
They're less memorable if they're remote.
Well, it's more fun in here because they're under threat. They can get one of these knuckle sandwiches if they get out of line.
Yeah, because that's what we do.
That's exactly what we do. Yeah, we just totally beat people up. Patty had one hell of an angle. I mean,
I loved his life story. I mean, talking about how he came here, how he got the, he went through the classes and like learned to be an American, which is the whole point of coming to America, is not to come to America and fly the
and be a leech on the system,
right? Or come to America and fly the American flag and burn. I mean, fly the Mexican flag and
Irish flag and burn the and
burn the American one. You're an American. You can fly both.
Mm-hmm.
Don't disrespect the country that you fought to come here for.
I like the most that, growing up in an immigrant household,
right.
My dad came in 1968. It was just kind of,
I was born in 1968.
Version. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you're still older than me. So,
yeah. I'll always be older.
You'll always be older than me. Mm-hmm. I'll never catch up.
That's right.
But, the story between my dad and his generation of guys, which maybe was predated Patty by probably 25 years or so. When did he come over? 80s, late 80s, I think. So about 20 plus years difference. So it's just getting at the immigrant story of the trials, tribulations, the dealing with, it wasn't ICE back then. What was it? Wasn't Homeland Security.
I don't know what it was back then.
Immigration Naturalization, INS, right. I think. So, dealing with all that.
I just know we used to, I grew up in California and we used to make jokes and be like, la migra,
está aquí. Afuera. Yeah. So, anyway, it was just nice hearing it from a different lens, like maybe a more modern lens of what you had to go through and what he's done. I mean, he's a very prolific businessman here, and we were very, very blessed to have him on the show.
Oh, look, Tony Brown is here, and he says Happy New Year. Right. And Jessica and Mario, Happy New Year to everybody that's here.
Wow, we got the whole gang here.
Yeah, heck yeah, we're going to be. I love it. A good one.
So the next one, and because we actually followed up with Robert Edwards, we
should have Tony Brown here. We've never discussed having him here.
I've had him.
He is very.
He's been on the show with me before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say he's very active.
Before you came around, I have done I think I came on an episode.
I don't know.
60.
Nobody was watching. So.
Yeah, right. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Just joking.
I think I started on episode 60.
Okay.
So we're up to 180 something, 190, I think by now. So. I should be getting better at this.
We need to have like a party at 250 or something.
I agree. We're going to have a party at 200.
Oh, okay.
That's nearby. Hey, maybe it'll coincide with my birthday.
Yeah.
Mid-February.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Not quite a Valentine's baby. So Robert Edwards, he's the Fayetteville Liberty basketball. I'm going to call him the guy, but we're going to call him the franchise owner, I guess.
He is the franchise owner, and he is a businessman.
Very business
very
savvy.
Impressive. Yep.
He is big on the mentoring aspect. We discussed, I don't know if you remember, like what happens to these kids that have hoop dreams that maybe get injured or can't continue in that career. If they don't make it to the NBA, are they just wasting their school age years, or who's investing? And he is. I mean, he makes it a real valid point.
I pray for him. I have actually added him to my prayer list because I'm a nerd, and I start prayer lists, and I think about, please let him be successful and let him
touch. Nerdy. It's just,
Well, I just let him touch somebody's heart, let him change one person's life today, because he was very impressive.
Okay.
So,
well, he was a great guest, and then we did attend his opening press conference at the Alpha Academy.
Yep.
That was very well attended.
Very well
attended.
Say
for a cold Friday afternoon.
A lot of tall people there.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody's tall to me.
Well, I'm tall. I'm 5'9". So when I see people tall, they're really tall.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, I always got to look up at you. I don't like that. So, for next year, we want more guests.
Yes.
So if you're building something, we've got a seat for you here on the cabinet. We feel that we're going to make this community better with the builders that are in our community as it is. I've said so many times, there's so much talent in Fayetteville that people discount. So if you guys are watching, give me a shout. If you remember a guest that you like the most, who do you want to see more of? Civic watchdogs, educators, public safety, faith leaders,
or if you know somebody that's starting out and needs to talk to.
Yeah. Business builders.
Right.
I mean,
anybody.
I think Fayetteville was ranked like the number one place in the country, I think, for Black business founding.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So, well,
That's
a lot
awesome.
of it's something that doesn't get celebrated enough, I guess. So we have a lot of entrepreneurial
you know what?
people.
What month is Black History Month? Is that February?
February, yeah.
Then we should have only Black guests or African American guests that have started businesses and focus February. I know it's political season.
Well, yeah.
But you know what?
Well, primary voting starts mid-February?
Yeah.
Early voting. Yeah.
But let's just focus on promoting Black History Month.
Laura, honestly, I don't think it's a problem of figuring out who, it's when, because did you remember that list we started of the guests?
Yes, I do understand the list.
Well, even for a short guy, it was long as my arm.
Well, we can pare it down to Black business owners in February. Maybe we stick on Monday nights to Black business owners, and on Tuesdays we do political people.
Look, I'm game. I mean, put me in,
I just think we
coach.
need to branch out. But I love being conservative. I love the I love the politics. I get But I just think in order to spread our wings and show some dedication, because we are a 65% minority community.
Minority.
Yep.
I never heard that word till I ran for politics. Majority minority.
Yeah.
So let's move on. So the other big thing
Todd Henderson. Somebody's laughing. That was an interesting guest. Yes.
Yeah. Todd was good.
Yeah.
Community culture. We talked about some festivals, small businesses. So again, that's the Maker Studio covering the creative economy, the Greek Festival, of course, My People's Heritage Community, and Patty Gibney. Again, he was great being a local guest for that. So we know politics is important. But the people we had on, they're what holds our town together.
That's true.
That was my favorite part, was the celebrating the community identity.
Yep. The Greek festival, which I did not go to, but I heard there's good food there. So, but that reminds people that the city is built on families who came here, worked hard, built businesses, and still to this day show up.
Yeah, right. And the Maker Studio shows the future side, people learning skills, building things, turning creativity into income. That's a real economic development story. It's not a press release. Now, one thing I want to say about Christian is, as a small business owner trying to found his business here, there were a lot of calls to me about, I need help with permitting or whatever else. So I think there's more we can do for small businesses.
Okay. Because small business isn't just commerce. It's leadership, safety, standards. And Patty's episode nailed that, I think.
He sure did. So next year, starting tomorrow, we're going to keep making room for the stories.
Next year is tomorrow.
That remind people. So we're going to keep doing stories that remind you why Fayetteville is worth investing in. And it's why I like to call it home.
Yep.
So let's see what we had here detailing from those episodes.
All the things that we introduced, like Laura on the Loose.
Yeah, Laura on the Loose, which we haven't let you loose lately.
No, I was
which
loose.
Is my fault.
I was loose for Christmas.
Yes.
And then kind of got sidetracked.
You had the one day where your mic didn't work and we didn't know it until you got back.
Yeah, I know, that was sad because I had some good stuff that day. Yeah. But we're going to do Laura on the Loose, and we're going to focus on not just politics and things. We're going to, like I did, focus on Christmas. And
so
things
Laura's
going
to be the fun. She's the fun host.
Yes.
I'm the matter of fact, stick in the mud. I want a checklist guy, but Laura will make us all look good, and we'll have fun doing that.
That's exactly right.
What else did we?
We created we didn't create. This is our second year of the Candidate Resource Center.
Yeah.
We've actually changed from the RCRC to just the Candidate Resource Center because we want to help all candidates regardless of.
Well, that serves our mission, I think, personally, of we want better quality candidates.
That's correct.
And if
regardless
they come to the
of your
Resource
party,
Center,
that's right.
We're going to help you learn how to speak, get your outreach correct, get your message down so that you know what you're talking about.
Yep.
Instead of just, diarrhea from the mouth.
There's a lot of that in this town.
There really is. I try to just button it up. So one other thing I want to bring attention to, we were in the top 25% of videos on Spotify.
Who's we?
I had my year end.
The Carolina
stuff.
Cabinet.
The Carolina Cabinet.
Nice.
I'm going to post these later, but I was just excited. Top 25% of videos on Spotify. We got 800% new audience this year.
Wow.
We increased our followers by 38%, and total audience is up 12%. So I'd have to figure out what total audience followers, but that seems like
we're doing well.
Yeah, we're rocking, man.
You invited a good co-host.
I really did. Yeah. Yeah. Well, just somebody that can be here on time is a big plus.
Oh, that's true.
You know, she does that.
Somebody wants grilly.
You did try to set an example out of me today, because I did remember when I stood you up and you were mad at me, and that's
I wasn't
valid.
mad at
it's
you.
Fine, fair.
I was irritated.
You called today and you're all apologetic. I'm like, you're just setting me up for next
time.
No,
but we have a request for Grilly Mitchell.
Yes. I actually have spoken to Grilly. I just need to arrange a time for him. Yeah. Like I said, a lot of it is just plugging people in, and we're going to have Caitlin Marsh on the show.
Okay.
She's running for NC
Goose.
Senate.
We got to say
Goose Marsh.
Marsh. It's
Goose
hard.
Marsh.
There you go. Yep.
Yes. So she's a bright young lady running for Senate 10 in Johnston County.
That's right.
So a little bit out of our listening area, but
you never know who you know.
That's right.
You don't know who you don't know. You could have relatives up in District 10 and be like, who is this ghost chick? You're like, hey, I heard her on the radio.
She's going to have some get together on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
I heard there's barbecue there or something. So I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the candidate and I actually have some mutual friends. So maybe I'll run into them.
Okay.
So
great. I missed my invitation.
Yeah, you missed it. So
okay.
Let's talk about one topical issue.
Oh, let's do it.
Do you want to talk about the Somali pirate daycares?
I do. Holy smoke-a-ronies.
That it gets better and better. I mean,
to me,
so we all know they've been robbing Minnesota blind, right?
Right.
And Tim Walz was like, nothing to see here. And then somebody broke into one of these centers yesterday, and they had some inbred idiot.
Hey.
Look.
You don't have to say that.
Who said it? Was it Donald Trump or somebody said half of their population is inbred and their IQ is less than 70?
Okay.
Not my fault.
You don't have to repeat stuff like that.
I know. But anyway, the guy looked a little lost.
Right.
But he was talking about he got broken into.
It's kind of like when the tornadoes come and they pick the red.
Shell shock.
That's exactly right. So
well, they pick the readiest redneck to talk to.
That's right.
Yeah. But, like a divorce, somebody loses a trailer. So.
Right. Anyway,
so I found a video that's from the local news channel in Minnesota. I thought that would be more relevant than finding something.
Department of Homeland Security keeping up appearances in the Twin Cities.
The department is saying investigators are going door to door at suspected fraud sites. They posted this video to social media this morning saying agents are conducting a massive operation to, quote, identify, arrest, and remove criminals who are defrauding the American people.
And several daycare centers in Minnesota are now at the center of fraud allegations and investigations as well. And in the last hour, the United States Health and Human Services Department Deputy Secretary announcing the governor has frozen all child care payments to the state of Minnesota, which equals $185 million a year.
One daycare center getting national attention is Quality Learning Center in Minneapolis. Our So Young Kim is live there for us this evening. So Young, what's the latest there?
Hey, Simone, Kelsey. Yeah, we're here on Nicollet Avenue in front of Quality Learning Center. Like you said, it's probably one of the most highlighted businesses in that video that has gone viral. And we do want to show you there's been a lot of conversation about the sign of this business. You might remember there was a misspelling in the word learning. It was missing the N, and that has since been updated. As you can see, they got a new sign that says Quality Learning Center. And yesterday, the commissioner of the Minnesota Department of Children, Youth, and Families, Tiki Brown, responded to the video saying there were children present at the sites when they were visited. And state officials say this center reported they would be closing last week, but officials learned late yesterday that they have decided to open, and we can confirm they are open. We've seen kids and parents going in and out all day. People involved and related to the business didn't want to speak on camera today with us, but we did speak with a parent who says she's been sending her kids this year to this center and hasn't really noticed anything unusual. We also heard from the business owner of a neighboring business who owns the building. She also says she hasn't noticed anything unusual. The state does have 55 open investigations into child care assistance programs in in the state. And coming up, we'll also hear from another daycare center, ABC Learning in Minneapolis, that was also in the video, and we'll hear from the owners of that business respond to all of this and the accusations going on online. For now, live in Minneapolis, back to you.
All right, thank you, So Young. And Fox 9 has been covering fraud in Minnesota for more than a decade, and we continue to investigate the latest allegations. You can find our stories at fox9.com.
Hats off to Nick.
Okay, well, now we're back. So
Hats off to Nick Shirley, who actually exposed a lot of this and made it like not just some abstract thing. He actually showed stuff.
well, he was a double act. It was Mr. Shirley, and then there was an older guy with him. I don't know who that was. Like reading off, there should be 55 kids here or whatever. I saw pushback online that, well, how dare they try to get in? They weren't trying to get into daycares.
They were trying to find
a daycare that had children.
Right. And you're talking about billions of dollars.
Right.
And so the mind.
I don't get.
Okay. So here's, because I was like $1 billion. That doesn't even compute. But here's some simple math. If I paid you $1 per second, it would take me 11.6 days to give you $1 million.
Okay.
So $1 per second.
I'll be here in 11 days. You bring it.
Okay. Now, if I were to give you $1 per second, it would take me 31.7 years for me to give you $1 billion.
31.7 years. 11 days for $1 million.
31 years.
31 years.
Almost 32 years to get $1 billion. And they're talking about like tens of billions of dollars.
Has been expended in this program.
That's right.
So, what the newscaster said was that nobody from the business has wanted to appear on camera. What are they afraid of if everything's up
That's
and
exactly
up?
right.
If it were me, I'd be out there defending myself to the death. Like, look,
we took a week off for Christmas.
Why wouldn't you want to tell the kids to turn around, just take a wide shot of, all the children? There's a way to do it.
Right. Yeah. Blur out their faces, whatever. But yeah, if I were doing something, I'd be like, hey, I took a week off for Christmas. You came when we were off for Christmas or whatever the story is.
Well, how early was Nick Shirley out there doing this?
I'm not really sure.
It all blew up in the last week to the point where the Trump administration, it's frozen the child care payments to Minnesota.
Yep. And now they're starting to look at the autism and the healthcare.
That was another, autism outreach or therapy centers or whatever.
Some of them they're saying have the same address as the daycares.
Somebody just not doing their job, and that you're not going to see any jail time out of this.
Nope, never do.
You may. Well, there was.
I want the money back.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's federal money. Those are taxes that I've paid.
It's in Rolls Royces and diamonds and furs. I'm pretty sure it's cold Minnesota, so. Need some fur coats.
Whatever. We hear about all this fraud and this money's going here and this money's going. All I know is, up to 30 to 40% of our paychecks go to this stuff.
Yeah.
Our federal government is I'm a traditionalist. I think the federal government is way too far in our personal daily lives. And this is what happens because nobody's looking.
People are asleep at the switch. It's other people's money. Nobody, they're like, oh yeah, that sounds great. It's just like nonprofits here locally. Sometimes, everybody, they have good hearts. They want to do the work, but nobody's minding the store.
That's right.
And asking them, okay, well, how many homeless people did you help? Or how many it's not just homeless. How many autistic kids did you help? How many, whatever did you help?
I was talking to a previous county chair. And he said we would have the same people come in asking for more money. And all they ever talked about is how many people they employed, never how many people they helped. And when they asked them how many people they helped, well, we've got some in the pipeline. There was always a pipeline, but there was never a real number.
Nobody could really just tell you how many you've been hands-on with.
Right.
And that you've actually pulled up out of the swamp.
And I will say that when I was running for office, I've neglected the homeless, to be 100% honest, because I used to go down there all the time and help. And I met several people, and they would tell me about the runaround that they would get. This nonprofit sends you to that nonprofit because they have to touch the person in order to get paid for it, but they're not helping each other. They're just sending you over to here to talk to this person. And then you got to go over here. So they're all logging the same person, but nobody's helping.
Well, and the other thing is too, all the stuff I see online, Facebook and all, it's help the homeless, help the homeless. And you want to. We're a Christian nation. We don't want to see anybody. We want to offer them a hand up, not a hand out.
No, I want to help somebody who wants to be helped.
Well, and that's where I'm going with this. People like, we need tiny homes. We need this. You can't compel somebody to go to it.
Right.
And why should we be spending money to build tiny homes? We don't have the fundamentals to take the people in and find out, okay, why are you homeless?
It's one person at a time. What's going on with you?
Homelessness is not a cookie cutter issue.
Right.
It could be mental, could be physical, could be just they don't have the skills to cope with life. Do you remember being taught how to balance a checkbook in high school?
No.
Change a tire.
Actually, I took auto shop.
Yeah, okay,
I took auto shop because the cute boys were in there.
There you go. I think you mentioned that before. Yes. I remember that.
That's the only reason I took it. But I did learn how to change my own oil. I learned how to pull an entire engine apart or whatever. I probably couldn't do it now, but back then I could have.
You were still female presenting.
That's correct. Back then I would have been a boy. Somebody would have like, you need to be a boy.
You're a little tomboy. Yeah.
But I did take home ec too, so I did learn how to boil water.
How to bake a cake.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. From scratch.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, well,
but we don't have those classes.
No,
nobody knows what I'm talking about if you're young, because they don't have those classes anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That was something.
It's so again, the reasons for homelessness could be lack of skills or whatever. But I see people, they're very passionate about the homeless. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be, but we are talking about point in time count. Last year was around 380, 400 homeless that they identified. But now people...
That was a pretty... Are you saying 384 to 400, or did you say 384?
It was 380 to 400.
Okay.
I can't remember.
I thought you said 384. I'm like, that's a pretty specific number.
That number, for the people that are in that circle of trying to help those folks, the actual caregivers say it's off by a factor of maybe 3. So say it's 400. That means we have 1,200 people that are homeless in Cumberland County. And if you look at the resources being devoted to 1,200 people, if that's the real number, is it
how many dollars per
is
person?
It a solution without a problem?
Right.
Or is it overkill? I don't want to say we shouldn't.
Let's figure out how much money we're spending.
We should have white flag shelters. We should have emergency shelter, but there's got to be a path forward to fix the underlying issue of homelessness and move them out.
Well, that's why I say one person at a time. Okay, here's you right here. Why are you home? What can I do to help you? If it's mental health, then let's get them in a mental health facility to help get them on whatever medications they need to be taking so that they can become productive members of society. Once I've fixed that person, now move on to the next person, because you can't help them all at the same time.
No, you cannot. And that's where, people, they feed the homeless and, they give clothing, and it doesn't, putting a meal in their belly today ain't going to help them tomorrow.
That's right.
But anyway, we have a lot of work to do.
Give them a fishing line?
Yeah. Give them a fish, teach them how to, Well, and that's I think that Puritan work ethic of America,
Okay. So then what do we do with the people that want to be homeless?
Leave them be. You can see, and that's the thing. There are people that are they're good with society. They're good. Leave me alone. Again, when I see people pushing the tiny houses and the developments, I'm like, for who?
Right.
Because you can't take this guy, this is still America. You can't just force somebody to go relocate.
Right.
But anyway, we have a lot of problems in this community, but we have a lot of talent that can attack these problems. Personally, myself going and speaking to the Department of Environmental Quality about the water transfer thing, being active at the chamber with the government relations, trying to know our elected officials. So when I see something I don't like in my community, I kind of know who to talk to. I can put a face to the name. It doesn't make me special. It just means I took the effort to do it.
Oh no, you're special.
Ed, yeah. But the point is, like, anybody can do what I've done. Anybody can
just got to take initiative,
participate, and show up. I mean, like, I keep harping on the chamber, government relations, but it's 1 hour a month.
Yeah.
Come in, hear your electeds or the representatives, find out what's going on in DC, find out what's going on in Raleigh, and get out.
Yep. PWC too. They're there.
Well, PWC now, his name, Tyler, is going to be the new chair of the GRC.
Okay.
So I get to step down. I don't have to do it this year, but, it's not.
But you and I still need to stay engaged, though.
Yeah, well, I'm still going to go to the meetings.
Okay.
But the point is, what we do here and what we do out in the political sphere, anyone can do it if you'll just find a little bit of time, schedule it, and just show up.
Right.
You can watch a city council meeting. You can watch a county commission meeting. They stream these things now.
Yep.
They are not fun to watch. There's paint
If
that
you want to go
dries
to, I
that's
was
more
going to say,
interesting.
that puts you to sleep.
Yeah.
In a
Well,
minute.
you can play drinking games because in the past there's been council members that would use like the same term over and over to sound smart. So every time they would say a certain word, you could take a shot. You'd be asleep in the first 10 minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But you don't drink. So,
I don't drink,
you
but
know,
yeah.
I don't drink that much, but
Okay.
I think those meetings will drive me to drink.
Yeah, but it's New Year's Eve. We're drinking tonight. Not really.
Yeah. And by the way, drive safely tonight if you're going to
Yes.
be out, and don't be a dick. Okay. And don't
There's
post,
Uber. By the way,
yeah.
I am driving Uber tonight
Yes.
specifically to ensure that anybody that needs a ride has a ride. So if you have my phone number and you're out and about and you need a ride home, call me. I'm out anyway. I'm going to be out driving. I'm going home. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to get up about 10 o'clock at night, and I'm going to drive Uber until about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Nice.
So if you're out and you need a ride, I'm there.
Well, there was one other thing I was going to say. Don't be a dick about posting where the DUI checkpoints are.
Yes, that's right.
Because,
Save a life. Let them run into the DUI.
Let them be caught.
That's
if they're
right.
that irresponsible, let them be caught, because there's no excuse for getting behind the wheel of a car.
100%. I have a friend, my old hairdresser, way back in the day. Her son was killed by a drunk driver. The devastation when you lose a child, I know this firsthand, is overwhelming. You don't want to lose your mother, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your uncle, your friend, or anybody to a drunk driver. So if somebody's out there driving drunk, don't tell them where the checkpoints are. Let them get caught. Let them pay the price for making a piss poor decision that could affect somebody else's life.
Well, in your hairdresser's case, did the drunk driver live?
Yes.
Yeah, they probably walked away without a scratch, usually.
Yeah.
Or minor scratches.
Minor scratches.
Yeah. That's always just,
because they're
that's
relaxed.
kind of a Murphy's Law
Yes,
thing.
That's exactly right. They don't. Yeah.
Well, anyway, if y'all are going to go out tonight, I think we have Festival Park. What time does that start tonight? Do you know?
No idea.
Festival. I'm just going to Google it.
Okay.
That's our research here,
Jessica says, I'll drive for dollars.
I thought it was just dance for dollars.
Jessica's
but it's driving
laughing
for
at me
dollars
because
now?
I said oil.
Yeah, oil.
Oil. Is that how you say it?
Oil.
I know how to change my
oil.
oil.
Yeah. Well,
that
that is kind of, you're from California. You're not really a.
No, but I've been here since 1996. So there are
Yeah.
some things that I do say that oil.
Right.
I've picked up on.
You say certain things.
Like three. I still say three. But three.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. Where is, okay.
She says 9 ?
9? I don't know.
At Festival Park.
That's what I'm. Yeah, you'd think that
It would be easy to
Fayetteville-
find.
Yeah, it's not. I'm on the Distinctly Fayetteville website. It's not like the first thing that pops up.
It's tonight. You'd think it would be.
Okay, let's see. Nights. Okay, well, you know what? It's being put on by the Cool Spring Downtown District.
Ah.
That's why it wasn't on. But I think they partner with Distinctly Fayetteville. Yeah. All right.
It's okay.
So it begins
Maybe they're
7:30 to 12:30 a.m.
Okay. 7:30.
Let's see who
7:30.
we're gonna have. So we're gonna have some acts. Let's see. We got Dominique
Is it
Womack.
axe or ask?
Acts. We're gonna acts. ACTs.
Okay.
Dominique Womack.
Who's that?
She's on my Facebook. She's the
I know
midday
who
host
Dominique
for
is. Yes, I know
you
who
say
she
the
is.
full names. Like, no, I don't know who that is, but it's Dominique. Yeah.
Okay.
So she's going to be, I guess, emceeing, and then
good.
Bubba Sparks, some American rapper from LaGrange, Georgia. All right, Young Jock, JOC. Why do they put their born so and so? Like they put Young Jock, born Jeziel Amon Robinson, or Bubba Sparks was born Warren Anderson Mathis. Why do they give us their birth names?
I don't know. Maybe you want to Google them or something.
And then the headliners, R&B group 702, performed in Las Vegas, Nevada, taking its name from the city's area code. All right. So
interesting. Sounds like something I would totally be down with.
Other local bands. There will be food trucks and plenty of libations, because this here's Fayetteville.
And we're allowed to drink in public.
We ain't going out unless there's drinking involved, apparently. Did I tell you about that when I was looking for things to do with the daughter? That I was like,
you said you couldn't find anything.
Could I find anything that isn't surrounded and based on a brewery or whatever?
We are in a military
and we're
town.
giving the people what they want.
Right.
that's who we have here, and that's who, that's what they want. So nothing wrong with that. But anyway,
exactly
so
right.
Festival Park tonight. Hopefully it's a safe evening. I think it will be.
Yep.
I think they're doing bag checks now, so they have a clear bag policy.
Okay.
So
by the way, I'm not Uber. I'm Lyft.
You're Lyft. You're Lyft.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm on Lyft.
How lucky I'd be to get you if I just requested a Lyft, huh? I'm not paying. Turn it off. Come get me.
I mean, I for a friend, I would absolutely 150%, because I would.
That counts for me too. I would pick somebody up because
if you're calling me, then you're desperate, because I'm nobody's friend.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're plenty of people's friends, just not in public. I will be probably enjoying my mortgage by 11 p.m. tonight and home. I don't think I am going to do one thing. There's a certain point, if you can hit play on Phil Collins in the air tonight, that if you hit it at a certain point, it's like 11:59 or 11:58, you can get that drum
right there,
beat
you go
down. So I'm going to try that. I tried it a year ago. It didn't work. I missed it. Yeah, I did.
That sounds like a great time.
Well, I mean, it's just something I want to do.
I'm just going to be
I
out
can do
driving.
it every night at midnight. It doesn't have to be New Year's Eve, but my dumb ass, I'm like, yeah, let's do that. So,
I'm just going to be out helping all my my Cumberland
for
County
any of my
constituents.
friends, I will be available, so please reach out.
So don't turn your ringer off now.
Okay, I won't. Not this time.
All right.
Okay, well, I think that's a wrap on 2025.
Yes,
what are we
I will
do
see you again
next year.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, because we're gonna have definitely 2 shows
I'm
a
not
week.
coming back till next year. I can tell you that. I'm out of here till next year.
So we're gonna have 2 shows a week, 6 p.m. Mondays, 2 p.m. on Wednesdays, and then we'll release these episodes probably Friday and the following Monday, Tuesday. I'll try to keep a good cadence with that. Yeah. See. Yeah. No shade. No
sure you
shade.
will.
I have nothing else going on.
Okay.
But I think this year we're going to have elections. We have primary elections, then we have the general.
Yep.
But one thing that I'm going to teach myself more about is how the judiciary works in Cumberland County. The difference between district and superior court, and who's who and what's what.
I used to be a court watcher.
Okay. Well,
that was fun.
I need help. So
boring,
I need
fun.
people that work in the courthouse that can give me some insight into operations. Or,
now, what made you want to do this?
Because there's an election this year, and these are elected positions, and either we have the same people running again unopposed, or the same people running again against somebody that doesn't have a chance.
Okay.
And it's because of unfortunately, the party split in Cumberland County. But that doesn't mean, and my issue was just because good lawyer does not equal good judge.
That's
Being
true.
a judge is a different skill set. And a lot of people, if they run for office, is, hey, I've been a lawyer for 15 years or 5 years or whatever. Yeah, but have you really had exposure in like civil stuff? Have you had exposure in criminal? Have you done wills? Have you done child whatever?
Usually when you get a specialty, you just stick with that for the most part.
Understood.
Because there's a lot to learn.
There were some decisions. There was a decision recently by the judge in the case about the broken dams, Ray Conda, Aaron Lake, and all that, where it's been 10 years that these people have been fighting it. And before the jury trial began, he dismissed the case against the city of Fayetteville. The city attorney celebrated it, of course. It's a big win for her. They were afraid it was going to set precedent that other lakes and dams would have to be maintained by the city. But it doesn't do anything to remedy the people that lost their lakes.
Right.
So I'm concerned if people are being given due process in our own court system. I'm aware of another judge that imagine you get evicted and you lose your case. Your landlord wins, right?
Right.
That's in magistrate court. Then you can appeal it to a higher court.
Right.
Well, within the last couple of months, a particular judge had 4 cases of tenants that were going to get kicked out, but they appealed it.
Right. Which they have the right to do.
Which they have the right. And it's also treated as a new case. So you can bring your evidence. You can, it's a brand new thing. Somebody said it was a de novo, which means in Latin, new trial.
Right.
Brand new, whatever. Before the judge heard any evidence, they questioned the defendants and said, okay, why are you bringing the appeal? 2 out of 4 of the cases were dismissed before they were even heard because the judge did not like their reasons for appealing.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
It doesn't. What I'm concerned with is the most vulnerable of our population, the people that are. When are you going to deal with the court system?
Right. When I get a speeding ticket, because I speed all the time.
Or that one, that's kind of a victim crime. You did that. You did
Right.
that to do the time. But
no, my car's, something's messed up with my car.
If you get evicted, tenant landlord issues is one. Family court, if you're getting a divorce, you have custody.
Mm-hmm.
There's
somebody dies, you might have to deal with the courts.
Wills, estates, that kind of thing. So there's stuff that inevitably you're going to deal with in our court system.
Yeah, because last time I shot somebody, I didn't get caught.
Atta girl.
I'm just joking. Totally joke. I'm not confessing to anything.
There's a disclaimer at the beginning of the show, guys. Okay.
Right.
But honestly, it just kind of galls me that the people that are, because people don't think that the sheriff and the district court and superior court judges are the highest law enforcement officials.
They are.
Although they're not law enforcement, but they are the highest.
Yeah, you can't go any higher.
County.
Well, you can go in the county, yeah, but you can always appeal to the Supreme Court. But that's like,
yeah, but there's always the nightmare of a boss hog scenario. Some kind of sheriff on the take, and all the judges are on the. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Okay, but just introduce me to the Dukes of Hazzard. If you got a boss hog,
hey,
I want.
That was filmed on my home campus of Oxford, Georgia. So
really?
Yeah, okay. I'll show you the intro. It just concerns me that due process is afforded to everybody, and people say when there's a bad outcome in a trial, somebody says justice wasn't done. No, justice was done. You don't like the outcome,
right?
But to even get the outcome, especially like in this eviction deal, you have to hear the case.
Agreed.
You don't get to unilaterally as a judge. See,
I don't know enough about it.
Well, and I what I'm looking for right now is people that work in the courthouse that want to talk to us off record. We have the e-court system now, so we can pull hopefully transcripts from these proceedings. So I really want to dig in and kind of keep an eye, because the judgeships here are kind of low key when it comes to voting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I think we need to shine a light on the people that we're asking. Bless you.
Thank you.
We really need to shine a light. That's something I'm going to work. That's kind of my goal for 26. Like I have nothing else going on, but
well, you have fun with that, because that doesn't interest me at all.
Doesn't interest you at all? Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, you don't
I mean, a little bit.
You don't like the little people.
Yeah,
I know.
If you're going to court, there you did something wrong.
Look, I do have a t-shirt.
I would be a good jury. Did something wrong, you're here.
I do have a t-shirt that says "Ew, people." I'll have to. So anyway, well, Laura, I think it's time to get out of here. I'm hungry. I want lunch. So to everybody watching, have a happy and safe new year, and we will catch you all on Monday.
See you next year.
Yep. Have
Bye-bye.
a good afternoon.
God bless.